I said in my short version of this video that Rosh Hashana is about looking to God, looking inside, looking to the godliness that is within self, and awakening to a new world as a result, or an old world that's been forgotten. Along these lines, Maimonides says that the message of the shofar is exactly this. He says that the shofar calls to us and says, "Awaken, you slumberers, from your slumber, and you sleepy heads from your dream world." This refers to those people, i.e. you and me, or let's say at least me, who forget what is real in the distractions of the times and spend so much of their time in meaningless endeavor, which will ultimately provide no satisfaction and nothing of value. Awaken, says the shofar, to the spiritual nature of your world, to the meaning of our lives, to a new and hopeful future. The beauty of the shofar is its simplicity. It sounds pure notes. Music is, in essence, a spiritual experience, but music has form. The notes create a melody, and whilst the sound of the music points towards the spiritual, the form of the music often points back to a world of form, to a more material world. The music of the shofar, however, is formless, and so it does not suffer from this limitation. It's pure music, unencumbered by the form of a melody. As such, it orients the soul purely and pristinely in the direction of God. You just need to close your eyes, listen, and be touched. And that's Rosh Hashana, a new year, a fresh start. Wipe the slate of last year clean, start again. That's the power of the human soul, the power inherent within us, the power of renewal, untouched and untainted by previous choices. The human soul can rise to the surface at a moment's notice and shine its light again. But why Rosh Hashana? Why not do this today? Why not yesterday? Why not every day? Surely, connecting to a deeper and purer and more godly place within ourselves is not just for 2 days of the year. Of course, that's correct. Rosh Hashana is something special, something unique. The rabbis tell us that when Isaiah says, "Dirshu Lashem b'matzoi," seek God when he is to be found, this is Rosh Hashana. Actually, it's the whole 10 days between Rosh Hashana and Yom Kippur. But it's most powerful on Rosh Hashana and Yom Kippur. God is to be found. God makes himself found to the human soul. On Rosh Hashana, the soul is tuned into God more. This doesn't happen with modern digital radio, but in the analog days, you would tune, if you remember, you tune your radio. Sometimes you get the station, it wouldn't be clear, there'd be some, you hear the music, but the signal wasn't perfect, there was some static, some hissing in the background. And so the music came kind of, you could just about hear that it was in and out a little bit. That's our soul's relationship with God during the year. It's like looking through an opaque window. Not so Rosh Hashana. Rosh Hashana is digital radio, DAB. On Rosh Hashana, God is broadcasting on a pure frequency. And the soul that's interested can tune in so easily. Someone was saying to me recently that he thought it's crazy that Jews come to synagogue on Rosh Hashana and Yom Kippur. The days where there's solemnness and long, boring services and Yom Kippur fasting. If they're only going to come twice a year, have them come Simchas Torah and Purim, days where the focus is joy. But in this context, it makes perfect sense. The Jewish soul knows to come to synagogue on the days that God is broadcasting on digital radio. When else would you want to come? So how do you take advantage? There are many opportunities on Rosh Hashana. Let me mention two. Firstly, I've already talked about the shofar. Make sure you hear it. Blow on yourself even. When you listen, don't listen. Listen. You get the difference? Close your eyes and open your heart, and the message will penetrate. And the second is the prayer service itself. If you find meaning in the Hebrew prayer, in the Hebrew prayers, as I certainly do, that's great. And I feel deeply, deeply indebted to the rabbis of previous generations who put together the most wonderful and beautiful prayer service. But if you struggle with the Hebrew, which I understand a lot of people do, then let me suggest a few options. Firstly, you come to our Tikkun service on the second day. I'm running a service at 11:15 a.m. Next Friday, that's short, sweet, participatory, and above all, meaningful, spiritual. Failing that, if you're not in London, not around, not available, you get a hold of my Rosh Hashana Amida, non-literal translation. If you don't have one, get a hold of my PA Abby on abby@tikkun.co.uk, and she'll tell you how to get a hold of one. Failing all that, you can find a meaningful prayer service near you. Find a meaningful prayer service that explains and translates as they go along. I'm failing all that, and I really don't minimize this. I don't put this idea down at all. You can sit in your own home and talk to God yourself. You can sit in your own home and connect. Because God is not in the synagogue, and He's not in your home. The place to find God is within your heart and within your own soul. And you can do that wherever you might be, and that's the essence of what Rosh Hashana is about. Rosh Hashana is coming up this Thursday and Friday. God is going to be broadcasting for 48 hours on digital radio. Don't miss out. Wish you a Happy New Year.